said you'd come. Now let's hope you're not too late.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Justice League Snyder Cut video for all the Green Lantern stuff that Zack Snyder teased the other day. So we'll break it down. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. We'll do a new Amazon giveaway too. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and let me know what you want to see from Green Lantern inside the Snyder Cut. There's multiple scenes that we know about, so just starting with number 5, if you didn't see the news, recently Zack Snyder confirmed new Green Lantern for the Justice League Snyder Cut. He's made several announcements in the past week and dropped a lot of teasers for a lot of different things on his social accounts. Green Lantern is just the biggest thing that he's been talking about recently. Since he announced the Snyder Cut back in May, he's been way more active answering fans' questions about new scenes, new footage, deleted scenes, characters that weren't in the theatrical cut like Darkseid. The post that he was referencing when talking about new Green Lantern stuff was actually for Hal Jordan and John Stewart Green Lantern. A fan asked him what he meant by the slogan, Unite the Seven, and if that meant new Green Lantern was coming in the Snyder Cut. Zack Snyder didn't say which Green Lantern, but he did confirm yes, Green Lantern would be coming back into the movie. We actually know a lot about the original plans for Green Lantern scenes in the Justice League movies when they were still going to be doing multiple Justice League movies, because some of the Green Lantern scenes were setting up the next movie, and one of them was an actual full-blown post-credit scene. There were a lot of people asking about Ryan Reynolds becoming the Green Lantern of the Snyder Cut. I thought that it was a joke at first, but apparently there's a real rumor going around that he's in talks. I don't think that rumor is true, but maybe we'll get him to post some jokes on his Twitter account when they release the Snyder Cut next year.
And please don't make the super suit green. Or animated.
So number 4, the Green Lantern scenes that we know about. Originally, according to Kevin Smith, when he was talking to visual effects people who worked on the movie, the first Green Lantern scenes were always going to be in the big flashback, Darkseid war scene. Technically, at this point, he hasn't become Darkseid yet. His name is still Uxas, and that's why he looks like this instead of like comic book Darkseid. He only became Darkseid and took that name when he killed his brother and took the Omega Force power from him. That's where he gets his Omega Beams ability. But during the version of this scene that you see in the Justice League Snyder Cut trailer that they dropped a little while ago, visual effects artists speaking anonymously after the movie came out claimed that there were actually going to be 2 Green Lanterns during this big fight scene. The theatrical cut only had 1 Green Lantern. His name is Yalan Gur. He is comic book accurate. In the comics, he was the Green Lantern of this sector of space thousands of years ago, so that's why Zack Snyder put him in the movie, but the visual effects artists didn't specify who the second ancient Green Lantern was supposed to be. The story behind Yalan Gur is actually pretty cool. When he died, his body was still so powerful that the Green Lantern Corps took it back to Oa, and the Owens incorporated it into the Starheart, an experimental weapon that then later became Alan Scott's Green Lantern battery when he was part of the Justice Society. If you haven't been watching the DC TV shows, they're actually doing a version of this storyline on the Stargirl TV show right now with Alan Scott's Green Lantern battery, but they haven't revealed the new Green Lantern yet. Number 3, there are some conflicting reports about the next 2 Green Lantern scenes in the Snyder Cut and who those Green Lanterns would have been. So according to Kevin Smith, when Justice League was still supposed to be a trilogy of movies, there were VisFX plates that they had set up for a Green Lantern scene in this moment here. This deleted scene is of Superman visiting Alfred before he goes to join the rest of the Justice League to fight Steppenwolf.
I'm assuming you're Alfred.
Master Kent. You said you'd come. Now let's hope you're not too late.
But according to Kevin Smith and these VisFX artists, at one point, this was going to be a Hal Jordan Green Lantern scene where he shows up and then joins the team because it's all about Unite the Seven. Like Zack Snyder's confirming in his post, they will unite the 7 members of the Justice League during the movie. That might be why in the early trailers there was still a glint of green in his eyes there, and maybe they changed the scene to a Superman scene either later in the process when it stopped being a trilogy of Justice League movies and they just decided to push a lot of the Green Lantern stuff into the second movie, or maybe it was Joss Whedon that got rid of all the Green Lantern stuff. That's why a lot of those early trailers have so many deleted scenes in them. All of that is Zack Snyder footage that we're going to see in the Snyder Cut. Number 2. The other report was that there was an entire alternate post-credit scene for the movie that featured 2 alien Green Lanterns coming to Earth. So according to the same visual effects artists who worked on the movie, it was supposed to be Kilowog and Tomar Ray coming to meet Batman at his house by the lake. This was still when there would have been a Justice League 2 that featured them fighting Darkseid directly, so the Green Lanterns were meeting with Batman to discuss the threat, and it would have also been a major moment because Batman had never met a Green Lantern before. He's known all about the existence of aliens since Superman arrived and all the Kryptonians during the events of Man of Steel, so that's not a big surprise, him meeting aliens. It's just that he's never met Green Lanterns before. We actually just found out that it was Joss Whedon that created this post-credit scene from the theatrical cut with Lex Luthor and Deathstroke during his reshoots. There was a Twitter post from Joe Manganiello implying that there was a different version of the Deathstroke scene in the original Snyder cut, so they'll also be adding that scene back into the movie too, but I don't know if in that version there were two different post-credit scenes or if the alternate Deathstroke scene would have just happened at the end of the movie instead of being a proper post-credit scene like the Kilowog Tomar Ray Green Lantern scene. The reason why Kilowog and Tomar Ray are important figures in the canon of the Green Lantern Corps is because Kilowog is one of the first trainers that Hal Jordan ever had when he became a Green Lantern, and we were eventually going to see a version of Hal Jordan Green Lantern during the Justice League movies. And Tomar Ray is important because he's the Green Lantern Corps of the sector of space where Krypton is from, so he has a connection to Superman and knows all about the Kryptonian culture, so it has just been a really cool interaction with those characters.
Since time immemorial, the Green Lantern Corps has served as the keepers of peace, order, and justice throughout the universe. To be chosen to join its ranks is the highest of honors and the greatest of responsibilities.
If you're not a big Green Lantern buff, they're featured prominently during the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie if you want to dare to rewatch that. If you don't want to, no worries, because obviously the versions that we would see in the Snyder Cut would be completely different. In the alternate timeline where all the DCEU movies got released the way that they originally planned them, they did 2 Justice League movies or even 3, the Hal Jordan that Zack Snyder would have introduced would have gone on to become Green Lantern and then gone to the Green Lantern Corps movie that we were originally supposed to see. That movie was actually supposed to be released this year, if you guys don't remember. That was part of the original DCEU slate when they were still doing a Cyborg movie. Obviously, they're not doing that now. They're still doing a Green Lantern Corps movie, but my assumption is that they'll just cast somebody completely different. So if we see the character during the Justice League Snyder Cut, that guy won't wind up playing Green Lantern in the new Green Lantern Corps movie whenever that winds up getting made.
You're welcome, Canada.
They had the Green Lantern HBO series too. That'll also probably be somebody new that they cast because it's a completely different group of producers that's making that show. I'll do more videos about that when they give us some more details about what's going on during the DC Fandome Comic-Con panel later this summer. But then number 1, as for the rumors about Sam Benjamin being Hal Jordan Green Lantern in the movie, the actor did an interview a couple of years ago where he talked about his deleted scene. He says the scene was part of like a 30-minute or so subplot that got completely cut out that of course will be added back in, but he wouldn't confirm or deny who his character was exactly. He just said that he was playing a character at a military base that had a big scene with a hero and a villain. He wouldn't say which hero, he wouldn't say which villain. You can theorycraft all you want about that. The actor has posted a lot of Green Lantern fan art. Fans have been tweeting at him about Green Lantern for a long time, but he's never confirmed who his character was actually supposed to be, if he was supposed to be Hal Jordan or if he was just supposed to be some other regular character. But it does seem like Zack Snyder is implying that there'll be a lot more Green Lantern stuff happening inside the Snyder Cut. But like I said, there are multiple different Green Lanterns. I know there are a lot of people that are also asking about the Justice League Rebirth movie news. Apparently there's a rumor going around now that Warner Brothers is planning on a Justice League Rebirth follow-up to the first Justice League film. So it would kind of be like a Justice League sequel, but in the style of a Rebirth movie. If you've never read the DC Rebirth comics, it's sort of like a soft retcon without completely rebooting everything from their pre-existing continuity. I don't know if the rumor is true, but if we get any confirmations about that, of course I'll do a new video. I think all of Warner Brothers' attention right now is going to be on the Snyder Cut, and we'll learn more about that and get more footage at the big DC Fandome Comic-Con panel in August. Everyone post all your theories in the comments below. What do you think is going on with Green Lantern during the Snyder Cut? Congratulations, Donnie Greer, you're the giveaway winner from my last big DC video. Please email me on the About page of my channel so I can get your details. Everyone click here to learn about that deleted scene of Michael Keaton's Batman from Crisis on Infinite Earths, and click here for the Justice League Snyder Cut trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.